It's like mina ngahamba ngafika ngaba twice. Then they removed the guy who was commanding 27. Then I remained the commanding 27. Then when I was going to ZPRA, we found out Ruramai, I was commanding 27. Mina ngai kosi. Nite se kosi no Ruramai. That was the time passing to some distance. Then Ruramai understand why we see parade. A parade la pana fair to Masipra uku, Mazanda uku. So guys complied. By that time it was, I think it was 700 ZPRA, 700 Zanda. Obviously, Murgutsoga my distance, It's true, man. ZPRA killers, okay. You are my distance, you are my distance, you are my distance. And from that time, he declared to go to ZPRA as a Pumian campaign. And they will not guard. I was a guard, I was a Pumian campaign, even during the weekends.
My name is Guest Nleya, the young brother of Stanley Nleya. I am in South Africa, but being a Zimbabwean. I came into South Africa some time ago and started working here in South Africa, leaving Stanley behind in Zimbabwe. Today, I just wanted to speak about Stanley in short or in summary about Stanley's journey in his life and what he went through and what he meant to me. Stanley was the father. He was the head of Nleya. Stanley Gagisa, he was the son of Moli and Trenyeho, our mother and father. Moli, born by Siloko, and Mpoi, that is our grandfather and mother. Then comes the family line. Siloko was born by Mbulawa. Mbulawa by Kumile. Kumile wa Kudlane. Kudlane wa Chabulula. Chabulula Washibudlo, all these great people, they were in Dombodema, somewhere there, next to the boarding school where I went to school too. And they moved until they were at Masendu, in short. But before I go further, I would rather say I'm really, really sorry to my brother that you did not manage to raise money to go to India for your operation, your heart operation. Actually, after sacrificing a lot for the country and at your early stage, son of the soil, Stanley. He left the country in 1968, heading to Zambia through Botswana. And as he went, I remember one day when my mother told me that he was going to bring a lot of sweets for us. The aeroplane took him, he was going to bring a lot of sweets. But that is when the hell was starting. Excuse my language. In the 1970s, we spent sleepless nights being interviewed by the regime, which was in charge by then, Rhodesia. Those people, they could come anytime looking for Stanley. Stanley did his primary school at Masendu, and he went to Hope Fountain. That's when he left the country. So in the 70s, when he went to join the struggle, we remained with what we couldn't handle enough. But because we were born leaders, we managed to handle it. Stanley came back from the war in 1980, like anybody else, bringing our Zimbabwe in a silver plate for us all, for almost 7 million people. By then, that was 1980. Stanley, then, he was in the army. He was under ZPRA. So that means he was in the ZPRA. Stanley didn't take long in the army. It didn't take long in the army. I repeat, it didn't take long in the army. I don't know. It's because they couldn't stand him or whatever. I don't know. For the reasons, for politicians, they know. I remember when we got a call that he was arrested. He was beaten to nothing and he was jailed at the Chikurubi prison. I'm not saying this to provoke anyone. I'm just saying the truth as it is. Stanley then, after his arrest, he was chucked out of the army. He was not a happy man. Now, he was married. He was married to his wife, Priscilla Ndlovu. And they had their first child, Patience Mandazi Nleya. And now, think about it. Now, he's out of his job, but he has brothers whom he was taking care of, taking them to school, trying to make ends meet, looking after his father and mother, look after his child, looking after his wife. Imagine what this man, how he was struggling and how strong he was. The struggle continues, the son of the soil. Stanley then, from there, he looked for a job. He was employed somewhere by Anglo-American and started working there. I understand as a clerk, as I sometimes visited him. He had to move from Harare to Bulawayo, where he was working. And along the line again, that is where Stanley again was arrested, whether it was he was framed or it was, but we suspected something which I don't have a proof of what happened. And Stanley was in jail again at Kame prison. And now, with that, we didn't know what to do. And remember, we were still very young to stand for ourselves by ourselves. We depended on him, the whole family. He was the breadwinner, actually. At his age, looking after almost about 7 people, which was not a joke for anyone. Whereby some of you who might possibly listen to this could not manage what he did, what he managed to do. Stanley then, from there, his healthy was not good, but he meant a lot to us. He meant a lot to us. Stanley was a good man. Stanley was known everywhere. Wherever you could go and say, I'm Stanley Gagisa Doko, young brother, people will say, how are? May I talk to you? Hey, do you know Stanley? No, you are lying. Hey, this, hey, that. That is true. Stanley, as he was married to Priscilla, and he had 2 kids, Chipo and Patience, they then, at one stage, his wife went to England, and that is where he's residing. He's residing even now, and with her 2 kids. But I know somehow they were in comms, because Stanley used to visit South Africa and stay over at my place, where he used to stay possibly even a week or so, 2, 3, as much as he wanted. But then he was in communication or in comms with his wife all the time, with Priscilla. Stanley, he meant a lot to us. He did a lot of things for us. And I'm saying he's a hero. The man went through a lot. This is just a summary. If I could be really in a position, I could spend the whole day talking about this man. Because now I'm just jumping here, there, picking up there. I'm sorry, Stanley, that you go in such a state. I'm sorry, Stanley, that I'm not there for you. I am saying, Stanley, unditile mazvibatigwa. Nkulu wangu, ndokumbila ulale zubainana, kakale usihle, ngobe botate, bobatete gulu, bana iwe, naswi, banuna babo. You have left your 4 brothers who are all in South Africa. And I think now 2, 3 of them, they are with you. The firstborn being Neni, then comes you, Stanley, then comes Royal, then comes Jobling Ngubo, then comes Bameni, then comes Guest, then comes Mbiganyi. Now you are with Neni, you are with Jobling, my brother, you are the third one now. Sleep in peace. Ulale ngoxolo. Ulale zubanana. Ngimi guest wakudlane Nleya. But then, on the other hand, I heard that there was somebody who was mentioned to be or selected to be a family spokesman at Masendu. And he said Stanley's life was a mystery. He was not used to the family. I'm asking that man to be apprehended and apologize publicly to the press. Stanley deserved to be a hero. Stanley deserved to be, his status to be just be a hero, nothing else. Yes, I can talk about his arrest and all this, but really on his heroism, I think he deserved that. And somebody is our hero. To him, this man who addressed people is not a hero. That's fine. But I think the law must bring that man. I, as a family member, I'm challenging that man to come and apologize to the family and to Stanley. I want him to apologize to Stanley's kids, to Stanley's brothers, to Stanley's mother. People are talking about whatever they're talking about. Nobody mentions his father. Nobody mentions his mother, who is alive. His mother is about 100 years now. But people are not talking about that. You've got 4 brothers. You've got 2 kids whom I know. They've got also kids. Why is that not being mentioned? Why? Why can't it be? But far most, that man who addressed as a family member or family representative or spokesman for the family, he must come and apologize. I don't know how we can do it. Anybody who is listening, I'm asking for help that man must come and apologize to us.
Emoyeni bagiti kuyachisa, emoyeni etu kwemganwami, solo emoyeni bagiti kuyachisa.